Up and we are alive. What's up, family? It's been a long time coming. I've been trying to get to you. It's been hard. The black signal looked like it went off without a hitch. I'm not even mad. So we're going to, okay, your campaign has successfully been created. So now what we're going to do with the campaign window is that we are going to turn it into our chat space. Oh, it's out. The signal went out. So all my toasters hopefully will be joining us in a second. Because it is Kuumba, and it is time for us to chat, toast and talk. Toast and talk, right? Open subject. Of course, I got some stuff I want to cover. Of course, we could discuss the folk tales that we, my fault, the quotes that we wasn't able to discuss this Ujima, because like I said, I got in late. I came home last night and I went to sleep. Took my kids, we went to Whole Foods, got my water reserves filled back up. I got the ambrosia. Some of it will be ready. I thought I was going to be able to have it ready this morning, but I can't find my filters because of some difficulties we having at the crib. So I had to go get the filters because I know my people like their stuff filtered. So I need some new bottles and I need some new filters. I'm talking about the big gallon bottles. The best way to buy it is the gallons, but it actually tastes better in the bottles. So I'm trying to figure out how to find a halfway point between all of that. So give people some time to get up. So what we're going to do is, first off, I'm going to welcome you to the congregation of the mighty, where your hustle builds muscle. This is Giami Journey Media. This is a Heart of December production. And of course, you know that this is the Daily Toast, where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Okay, let's get it. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. Or should we say, breathe, then drink. Oh, man. Now grab your glass for that water. Get your bottle of that water. Twist the cap off that water. Lift it for you. Drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Man, now move your body and drink some water. Now move your body and drink some water. Now move your body and drink some water. Stretch with me, family. Just move your body. Come on, move that spine. Drink. Oh, man. Or should we say, move, and drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. What? Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Come on. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Just raise your glass. Drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink. Now, take your breath and get some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. everybody get some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, live, move, toast. But to stay healthy, remember, breathe, drink, eat, move. Take your breath, lift and pour, move your body, toast your ancestors. Drink up with me, family. Great Kuumba to you, Brother Kwame. Drink, 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 drink. Come on, family. Let's get it. Lift your glass. Lift your glass. We did it. We did it. We did it. Now my stomach is bumbling. We did our 50 ounces already. All right, so before I toast, I'm going to have to let this settle. Family lines are open. We will be toasting and talking. We're going to have the best conversation after we do the toast. But I am presently working on a newsletter right now. I'm going to send out another newsletter. Now, we're doing a subscription. It'll be $5 a month. You get the PDF. You'll be able to download it, do whatever you want with it. Also, it's going to come with live links as well. Of course, the first few of them, we're just experimenting because we got to discuss whether we want to do it weekly, whether we want to do it monthly, whether we want to do it bi-weekly. You know what I'm saying? But there will be information coming out. The reason that we're focusing on a newsletter and a market. Now, first off, the market, as I tell you, is in a sense the heart of the community. The drummer is the drum beat, right? But we got to have a way to pass around the information. The information, if the market is the heartbeat, right? What a newsletter or a newspaper or a news magazine does, it provides the nutrients in which that blood is the nutrients that the blood has in it, because it don't do no good for the heart to pump and just be pumping blood with no nutrients. It don't make no sense. So we don't just want to talk about or provide a place where conversation can be had. We kind of want to gear the conversation, or at least give people different things to discuss at the market, other than just the products, because the products are important, because the products is what provides, in a sense, the lifeblood for the individuals that are selling it to live. But also, we want to have different conversations going through. So we need to provide some of the information to help lead some of those discussions. So a newsletter not only will keep some of the adults within Giami busy, and even the community, right? Because I got my first article from my sister Jackie, right? She tried, but she all the way in Maryland. She sent it to me. It's an hilarious piece, but it hits on some fatal truths. It'll be available in the newsletter. I was going to post it up, but I know if I post it up, because Jackie do some quality writing, so it's not short. It's not too long, but it's not short, right? Not only, see, Because I thought when I seen it, right, when I finally got a chance to read it, because every time I try to sit down and read, either my kids or some of the young people, my children, or some of the other young people, no matter where I'm in, it's like they just automatically know when I'm focusing in on something. And they be like, Mr. Brown, Dad, Uncle out there. So I had to get away somewhere to sit down and just really look at her stuff. And it's about this stuff called racy flu. Now, in order to learn about that racy flu, you're going to have to get that newsletter. That's right. See, you know what I'm saying? Because we know a lot of people have skills. And they're going to be putting together some stuff for us, family, and it's going to be spectacular, right? So the newsletter, because it's digital, right? We're in a digital age. I'm not doing an actual print out. You can print it out. I can send you the PDF so that you can print it out. But I want to keep it live because I want the links to be live because I want a performance paper. What do you mean, Brother Hatim? I want to send out something that you could push a button and the people speak to you. See, because this is the issue. All of the people with the information in our community are not writers. And their voice is not being heard in some places because they're not writers. There are some people who are very prolific thinkers but are horrible writers, but they could get up and they could talk. And I want them to be able to put a post or a speech on there. I want to be able to go to YouTube and give you a link of a video and point some stuff out that I saw and challenge you not only to see what I saw, but to see what's in it for you, right? Because, of course, some of my shows are going to be in a newsletter, but then some of the other shows, like I Wonder, I want people that write or talk about sports on the newsletter. I want people that talk about fashion, hip hop in particular, anime. I want it all in that newsletter. We had the capabilities of putting together a beautiful piece of digital work that we could send and share with our family all around this country. And I'm saying, why not? I can't wait for nobody else to do it, right? And of course, y'all know I got with this whole DOS, ADOS, and reparations thing popping off. I have to. I feel it's my responsibility. I have to raise the call out for that. I got to get with you soon, sir. Okay. I'm going to be over at the school at about 2 p.m. if you want to come over there. If you want to share in particular what you want to talk about, you know what I'm saying? I could be prepared. I also could go on and inbox you my number if you don't already have it. Shouts out to Joe Berry. I see you out there, sir. Salute. You know what I'm saying? Family, the tribe is building. The market jumped off marvelously. If you didn't get the newsletter, let me know and I can send it to you because I saw that one of my daily toasters didn't get the newsletter. And I'm wondering why my daily toaster didn't get the newsletter. Right? My phone showed that it went out. I don't know. See, and this is one of the reasons, like, because we had our performance, right? And this year we didn't do the stomp, we didn't do all that. We just did some quick drills, and I had some of the young people that's been coming on a regular basis for years just get up and introduce themselves, tell them what they wanted to be. And Cleve got up and said, "I want to be something that have to do with technology." I don't know yet, but I think I can help Giame by learning how to work some of the stuff. So basically what he said, he wanted Deshaun's job. I don't know if Deshaun caught that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you can't get that past me. Okay, I'll get you my number, Brother Joe. Because you can't get that past me. Basically what he said, Deshaun, was he wants your job. That's what he said. But he wanted with benefits. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course, the first generation of us, well, actually, this is not the first generation. As far as Giame, somewhere in there. But the first generation have to lay the foundation. So that means we got to get out and we got to do the work. And often the work is not paid. Second generation, we able to, break them off because we we can give them some of the shortcuts and some of the stuff we learned. Third generation are going to be the ones that really will benefit from what we're doing. And the generations ain't 20 years apart because we're an organization. So every initiation cycle is damn near a generation. So whenever we do initiate, so Cleve is like second or third generation. So Cleve is going to come in and he going to have benefits, or he already in, he going to have benefits that we didn't have, because they are going to be gleaning from all the stuff that we're doing and be like, well, they're not doing that exactly like how I would do it. And boom, boom, boom. So they get to see us make mistakes. And that's beautiful. Now, the piece that's really, really on my mind heavy, family, with this whole reparations piece, with this whole ADOS piece, I was listening to some of my Pan-African brothers. Great love, great respect. And, you know, we ain't going to throw out no names. And their view, because the whole piece is, the view is what interested me. Because it's like, you know, I ain't got no shade, you know, for ADOS. But people are taking it, and I don't understand how, that the ADOS movement and the call for reparations from America is jeopardizing the total Pan-African movement in some form or fashion. And I still don't understand how that is possible. People are perceiving that ADOS are have beef with African immigrants, and it's not that. Or that we have beef with the Pan-African ideal. The issue that we are dealing with is that as American descendants of slaves, and I know, like I said, it's like those fingernails across the board for a lot of us. You hear American. But the bottom line fact, regardless of whether we like it, whether we want to accept it or not, a lot of, for ADOS, our ancestors were the sacrifices, were the blood sacrifice our ancestors' blood and bones was used to cement this country together. Their work and their labor helped build up this country. So whether we want to claim it or not, we are America. And I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear that. I know a lot of y'all want to confine our ownership or our belonging to Africa. But we are a universal people. We are on this planet. We are an international people. We have been a major factor in this whole American saga. Tragedy. Horror story. We are part of it. And what we are calling for is that we be recognized as a group and receive full benefits of our American citizenship, which we have never received. Now, I don't understand how that conflicts with Pan-Africanism, because in the Caribbean, CARICOM is receiving reparations now. In Africa, you know what I'm saying? In Africa, some places are demanding certain things from those people who had colonized it. And I don't understand how people cannot see the connection between what's happening with ADOS and the global African community and the benefits that will come to the global African community. Do you know why a lot of African Americans don't go to Africa? Let's keep it all the way real. Let's keep it real. You can use the shea butter up on the sink. You ain't see the body butter in the jar? Well, anyway, see, children just steal your thoughts, right? I was flowing, man. Goddamn, I was flowing. My stomach almost settled, so we get into the toast real quick. I done drunk all that water, and I did it quick. But the reason that a lot of African Americans don't go to Africa is because they can't afford to. And part of the affliction that we have is being part of this country is that we were robbed and we were prevented from being able to truly compete and being able to have the ancestral backing. And I'm not just talking about in the spirit realm, see, because a lot of y'all get satisfied with that spiritual shit and y'all want to throw that out there. But that spiritual shit don't feed our children. That spiritual shit don't pay our children's hospital bills. You know what I'm saying? What I'm talking about is the actual work and the actual labor that my ancestors applied in this country and put in this country, and were not, even after our tragedy, even after slavery, were not allowed to truly compete. I am constantly, and people can laugh at me if they want, but I'm like, yo, family, my grandfather's grandfather was prevented from being a Rockefeller, doing what a Rockefeller did. Right? My grandfather's father was prevented, was not allowed to compete and become a railroad baron or a steel manufacturer rather than a laborer. The avenues were not, it wasn't that the hustle wasn't there. The fact of the matter was that the barriers were there even if the hustle was there. So we had to always constantly deal with the crumbs coming from the table. And right now, as ADOS, we are demanding. We are not begging. We are not acting. We are demanding, and we're going to snatch what's ours. It's reparations owed. It's a bill due. And just like these, matter of fact, I just sent in my state taxes. Them motherfuckers took all my money because I owed a debt. And I'm so glad they did. Because I want everybody that has get what's due to them. And I want to use that as an example, right? The state could have let it go, right? But I owe, so they took my money. And family, what makes the debt that's owed to you less legitimate than the debt that the state say that I owe? What makes the debt of our people less legit than these little petty debts that they want to throw on us? Because they have arranged for systems to put us in a position where we don't have the money to actually pay for some of the shit that we need to exist as Americans. Come on now. Somebody out there need to be able to tell me something. And I want y'all to see how powerful this movement is. See, because I want y'all to understand that the conversation did not exist. My fault. No shade on Cobra. And Cobra been out there doing the damn thing since 1987, I think. Right? But the steam of this thing right now that's popping off, and that the black media, the new black media has taken hold of, has infected everybody. Politicians are having to address the question because everywhere they go, the question is popping up. And we got to understand, we have to be vigilant because right now, people want to co-opt the message because less than 2 weeks ago, motherfuckers was talking about how people sounded crazy talking about this shit. Now I want y'all to see how people are changing. Roland Martin is defending it now. He coming out talking. Pretty soon he gonna be full throated for it, right? Angela Rye, you know what I'm saying? I just seen her on the Breakfast Club. She, a minute ago it was divisive. Now it's something that we really need to look at. You know what I'm saying? Bernie gonna have to come out and apologize. Bernie, we waiting for you to join and be like, well, what I meant was, what are reparations? I want to be clear on what the people are asking for. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna get on board. your girl Kamala or Kamala or however the fuck you pronounce her name. She on, the little kid from New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker who want to do baby bonds. See, because what we got to avoid is allowing these motherfuckers to make our shit universal. In a poll, 26% of the American population was in favor of reparations. And that's beautiful. You know why? Because if I go back and I look at how many people were in favor of going to war before we went to war after 9/11, I'm quite sure it was somewhere around that percentage. But the shit still happened. So, the point that I'm making is, the shit can happen. And the shit can happen in 2020. And if not 2020, we, you know what I'm saying? Boom, we are in this for the long haul. See, family, because what's going to stop all those brothers that are Pan-Africanists that's right now, that are ADOS? They don't want to claim it, but as soon as the money start coming, everybody is going to jump on board. And let's say some money do come. What's to stop them from combining and doing their thing? What's to stop people from actually helping Brother Umar finance the school, because they are receiving money. They have money that they didn't have now. See, because a lot of times we come off on our community talking about how we, and I hear y'all talk, we wasting money, but shit, there's no money to waste. We're not wasting wealth. We're wasting hourly income and shit. We're wasting salaries and shit. We're not wasting wealth. But go ahead, somebody on the line. Who that?
It is Shaka.
What's going on, man?
What's going on?
I ain't did the toast shit.
Hey.
Just letting you know. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just coming on. I see Brother Joe Berry on the timeline.
Brother Joe Berry on
good conversation going on.
Yeah.
We talking money.
Talking money. And I got a fresh bottle of that. I got some of that. God damn.
When the last time somebody reached out to Brother Anubis?
I don't know. I was just talking to Kwame about that the other day. Kwame, because I just mentioned it. I didn't say a name. Kwame was like, boom, he threw the name right up there. He knew exactly what I was thinking. That's how we tried. And now that you throwing it out there, this means that we need to reach out to Brother Anubis. So Anubis, if you out there secretly listening, because sometimes that's what he do. Just letting you know. Let the brothers know you're all right. If not, we're going to have to make a call. Man, that ambrosia. It's aging good. Look at that. One of them beautiful, pretty bottles. You know where I got the pretty bottle idea from, right?
Where?
Brother Shaka. He come up with all types of fancy bottles and shit. But I'm selfish with him. Shaka be spreading them motherfuckers. I be holding on. Look at that. Look, I be having a little pretty 1970 come in the house after work and get you a shot of liquor. When liquor was affordable and shit. But
hey, I'm sitting here, man, sipping on some chilled rooibos, and I don't do that enough. I think since I've been producing this June, I just haven't sipped some tea for taste, and now I'm doing it. It's like,
hey, this is cool.
I don't know.
I missed this, man. So let me do the toast so we get into our conversation. So today's subject is whatever y'all want to talk about. We didn't get a chance to hit those last week's quotes. We didn't get to do the tribal quotes. There's a bunch of things popping off right now in the news. Is it hunting season for Brother Anubis? Yeah, we tracking down Brother Anubis, finding out what's going on with Brother Anubis since. Because Brother Anubis, he be going out in the woods and stuff, and, so we want to make sure you're all right. But we're going to do this toast real quick so we can go and do the conversation, and we can have some more family call in. I got maybe about an hour because I got to be up to the school. And then also I want to put in some quality time on the newsletter because I still got a few articles that I have to find and comment on, and then also I want to talk to the family because today we are having warrior training. By the way, I'm just letting y'all know, so y'all come on out, and hopefully I'll be getting my new device soon because I bought myself a birthday gift maybe 2-3 months ago. Now I'm just waiting for it to come in the mail so I can go and get busy. I'm going to have to go and buy some stuff for that. I need to get some new filters as well. So, but without any further delay, let's get in here and let's salute these ancestors because it's close. It's brunch time for them. You know what I'm saying? Breakfast and lunch mixed together. So we're going to go and send them their energy so they can do what they need to do. All right, family, first giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call the Creator. We lift up our glass and we salute that great, grand, and magnificent Creator, and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move on and we pull out our list of ancestors, man. And of course, you know, there's always room for you to add your ancestors, right? Personal ancestors, family. No need, We need to go and salute those that's closest to us. And if you want to get them on, join the Black Signal. You can text GNJ to 25456. 25456. GNJ, text that there. Get on the Black Signal. Once you're on the Black Signal, then you can text me and let me know your ancestors' names. Or you go directly to our Facebook page and inbox us. I want my ancestors on the list. Boom, boom, boom. Here's the names. Put it down. Brother Tim got the handy dandy book. Once again, my kids took my pen and put my pen back. It's hard. Real life here, Giami Journey. There's always room for your ancestors. So even some of y'all that's just joining us now on the timeline, you know what I'm saying? If you post it up even after the show, it'll let me know that somebody commented on it. I'll go and I periodically check those to make sure. And like I said, if I missed them, I apologize. It's a mistake of the mind and not one of the heart. So, you know what I'm saying? Get with us and we make sure you got them on. All right, so here we go. Miles Brown, Mizan, Robert the Texan, Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie, Tilly, Georgia, William, Walter, Chris, Benny, Gaston, Lena, Uncle Chris, I'm Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva, Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Albert Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Pollard, Monty Q. Pimenel, Normal X, Pat Ma, Rob Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusef Weston, Elder Ageni, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Burford, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Dick L. Pulley and Luxor Brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Jennifer Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Clinton Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rinderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sir J. Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird, Beatty, Sarah Weller, Peter Farmer, Agosto Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr. Sure they right. Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frazier Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Johns Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mae Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kenty, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quills, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quills, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.E. Johnson, Dorita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W.S. Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amitette Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs Thomas, and Lula Berry. Lacey and Eleanor Hart, thank you. Frank and Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs, the second Pena Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Gilliamon Ayers, Jean and Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigella Parrish, Elder Basiji Fulani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Wallace, DePretis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Haley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee, Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Prenup Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Neilon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Connor Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, R.G. Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensenbaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy, Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Bookie, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Bula Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkerson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Dorr, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavers, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniels, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks. Let me go back just a little bit. We got Archie and Margaret Armstead. And then if I'm correct, Sister Cynthia and her sister have moved into their house. So we got some generational stuff going on right here with us. And they're rebuilding the house, and they also are planning to do like a large garden in the yard. And like I said, so when you see these Sisters of Fire vending, realize that the money that you are contributing to them or trading with them, because they ain't even a contribution, because the food is the... I got a Yale kale salad at the market. Oh my God! Listen, well, I'm gonna stop. They had. Listen, all the food was gone. All the food was gone. By the time I got there and had time, a lot of food was gone. All the pastries was gone. Excellent food, and they're keeping their legacy alive, family. Right? So, like I said, if you want to be in support of something, that's something you can support. And then on top of that, get something healthy too. So back on to the reading. Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harry Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earlington Houston, Led Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey, Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Baba Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diana Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rayshawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekhar Maha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Coper, George Swan, Edmonia Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles A. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. Let's get to it. Joella Giles, James Carswell, Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joey, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn Marquero, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Ed Walker, Tracy Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Sister Trice, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid Ihsan, or also known as Nigel Turner, and Demetrius Lewis Flint. So we lift up our glass and we salute all of those excellent ancestors that have laid the foundation upon which we stand and which provide us, in a sense, the win in ourselves so that we can go and maximize this moment. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe, right? From there, family, where do we go? What do we do? How do we build? We go and we move into the present moment, which is our time now. And the question we have to ask, turn that fan off, baby, please. If we have to ask ourselves, if we are taking advantage of the moment, are we using this moment and are we squeezing everything out of it that we possibly can? Are we getting the fullness of the moment? Or are we settling for crumbs? Are we laying back and not getting nothing? Right? That one is unacceptable, family. Our children are depending on us. We have a pact with, when we toast the present, we are affirming our pact with the past. We will keep it alive. We'll keep the memories alive. We'll keep the lessons and we'll keep the wisdom alive. And we will stand upon those ancestors' shoulders and push forward, using what they have left us, using the foundation they have given us. If they was only able to give us a plank in our moment, we got to move and expand that plank so that we can hold more or allow more of our future generations, give them more footing. Right? Family, we are the fertilizer of the future. We are the blocks upon which our children will stand. So in this moment, we do as much as we can, when we can, how we can, to get it done. We live our lives according to our principles. This is why we practice and we say on a daily basis, at least one principle a day, right? So family, here we go. We are in Kuumba. What is Kuumba? For those that don't speak the language, it's creativity. So family, I want you to activate your reticular formations, and I'm challenging you, because it's out there. We know it's out there, and it's on more than the basketball court. It's on more than the football field. It's in some of these classrooms. It's in some of these, we got a bunch of creativity popping off in our community outside of sports and entertainment. And that's what I want us to highlight. Now, if you got some super spectacular sports shit, you can highlight that too. But take a picture of it. Make a comment on it. Post it on the Geometry Journey timeline, because I want to start putting stuff like that in the newsletter. You know what I'm saying? The principle, you know what I'm saying? This principle, boom, boom, boom. Kuumba, this is what happened. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So for those that don't speak the language, Kuumba is creativity. The Modic principle is order. The color is orange, but I'm loving this Geometry shirt, family. I don't know. I might have to get some more of these made. Make some myself. But we got a nice hookup on these. The the Hermetic principle is, or Hermetic law is cause and effect. Powerful law. And we're going to have to recap and have shows where we're going to have conversation about these laws. The male name today is Kwame. Kwame is your day. Any other Kwames out there, I salute you. And female is Ama. I want to salute all the Amas out there, right? So we lifting up our glass and we salute. Hey, family, almost got the roster filled, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get at least 14 people, right? So we got 7 males, 7 females that I could go on and I could raise my glass to you and be like, it's your day. It's your day. It's your day, Kwame. It's your day. It's your day, Ama. It's your day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because we got to celebrate each other. And we got to also celebrate our culture. We also got to celebrate where we are, when we are, and why we are. Right? So, I don't know if I toasted the moment. That was a long moment toast. So we going to toast the moment. Right? From there, we're going to move to our future generations, our children, our children's children, on to infinity, family. Got to understand we are responsible for them. So we got to stop living our life in the way that we are being programmed. We've been programmed in the way that we are being programmed to live our lives as if our lives belong to us, because other people understand, our enemies understand that this is generational warfare. So if they could get us started to live our life just now, it's just all about me. It's not fuck the future generations. You know what I'm saying? I got to get mine now. I got to have my midlife crisis. I got to spend up all this money. Before I die, you can't take it with you when you leave. All this stuff is programming, is warfare, because they understand that the battle is generational. So when I get a whole generation to buy into the where's the bag mentality, you erode the foundation upon which the next generation is going to stand. And it's going to be easier for me. Matter of fact, they're going to eliminate themselves. Let's stop playing them. Listen, family, they ain't playing games with us. And we need to stop playing games. As I tell y'all right now, as I say it all the time, nobody should take your shit more serious than you, nor should they. Just saying. So I lift up my glass and I salute our future generation, our children, our children's children, on to infinity, and we say Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? We go to all of our relations. We're going to toast all of our relations. That's all. We're related to all this out here. So we want to acknowledge our relation, and we want to play our part. Because what happens in a machine or a living organism when one part is not doing, in a machine, when one part falls apart, the whole machine breaks down. The whole machine throws off the rhythm, and one thing rubs into another, and all of a sudden the machine breaks down. What happens inside of a living organism when that one piece is not doing its part? That organism begins to fall sick, because it has to be a balance there. And family, by us not being who we are, we're throwing off the whole universal balance. You're causing the destruction of the universe by you not being your beautiful black self. Come on now. You beautiful. You're powerful. And you're important. In one sense, another sense, insignificant. But hey, it's still a part of that conversation where you got to play your role. You got to know your part. You got to know who you are, right? So in order to do that, you know what I'm saying, we salute all of our relations, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Boom, all that out there, and promise to play our part. All right? So now from there we move on to toast, to selfish toast. This is where you toast and you get what you need. What is it you need out of this whole piece, family? What is it? Come on now. Come on now. Stop holding back. Because some of y'all out here working. Some of y'all struggling for other people. Some of y'all fighting for other people. And every now and then you need to just take a sip for yourself. This is your time. What is it that you need? We got the Creator. We got the Ancestors present. What is it that you need? Because you helped me call them down. What's up? Even if you coming in later. As long as you go through the process. You could jump through all my commentary and get right to the toast and get to this point, and boom, I'm toasting at this point in time. Hold it up. This for you. What is it that you need? In the moment. Don't get outrageous. Cause y'all no, you can't wish that. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? Start with simple stuff first. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Ashe. From there, we move on, and we toast the most magnificent, the most powerful, the most beautiful, uplifting, inspiring, courageous, responsible, unifying, self-determined, cooperative, rebellious, superpowered individual in the room. You know who that is? That's you. Don't be looking around. I'm looking at you. Right? I'm toasting you, and I'm saying, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy, and guess what? 100 years, now the conversation can commence. I'm going to throw in a little bit of music, give y'all some time to get oriented. I'm going to refresh the chat, you know, because it's kind of quiet. It's been kind of quiet the last few days. Oh, my God. Still young, but... You need to be sealed in the bottom. Yes, you do. With your fine self. Oh, I'm sorry. Get romantic with my ambrosia. I'm sorry. Let's put on a commercial. Now, family, we have a YouTube channel, so if you have an opportunity to go to the YouTube channel, Giami Journey, you know what I'm saying? Find us on YouTube, like our page, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, subscribe, boom, boom, boom. You can listen to us through that. Or also, the most important place where we are is Spreaker. Why do I say that? Because Spreaker is a podcasting platform that we have been using for years, and we've been building on it. And I want to make sure that people understand that, like, for example, when you want to move and you can't sit here and watch, you always have the option. I'm always trying to find a way to get to my podcast, right? And we have a little bit more control over the podcast than some of these other places right now. Also, for those of you that want to be on the list and know what's going on in our community or even around the country, text G&J. Get on the black signal. Text G&J to, you ready? G&J to 25456. Brother Kwame just said, when can I get my Kwame drink? I need a filter, man. I got to go to the store and get the filter. And I ain't trying to hog it all. But it is, ooh, man. It is a sight to see. Why does this damn thing keep popping up? All right. So, yeah. Tomorrow. You get yours tomorrow. Call-in lines are open now. Let me throw in a commercial while I type some of this stuff up.
Sinner. I pledge to heal my spirit, mind, and body. I pledge to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community. I pledge to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself. I pledge to live my life and go beyond all my self-imposed limitations. I pledge to promote the principles of the Giami warrior to assist all those seeking a path of success. I pledge all these things first to myself, to teachers, to all my relations, and to my higher power. I am Giami. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. That is the Giami pledge that is said by all of our true members at least once a day. Peace and welcome to our YouTube channel. Check out our videos and podcasts. Subscribe as well as join the journey. Push past your self-imposed limitations. this end the Giami journey. Peace.
Shouts out to the brother Levon. He not feeling that well, so he won't be able to make the Warrior training. But Warrior training will be popping off. The next market will be March 30th. That's the last Kuumba in March. Every last Kuumba, we're trying to do something up until football season. And we're going to play it by ear around that time because I don't want to, those crowds don't mix. All right, so we're going to keep it going as long as we possibly can. And like I said, if there's any call-ins and anybody have anything they want to talk about, by all means, feel free to call in. Let me make sure, check the lines and make sure I'm not ignoring nobody. All right, it's just me in there right now. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put on some more music. I need to put some more music down. As a matter of fact, I do know how to do that. Let's see if we can do this real quick. We're going to pull up a little bit of music. Yep, Brother Hot Tim going to do it. Y'all done forced my hand. I'm going to have to pull some music down. Might be some cussing involved. You know, I got a lot of cussing music. You know, I got music from my young men. That whole Giami crew. Let's see. Where you at? There you go. All right. Now I'm doing this because I'm waiting and debating and seeing who's going to call in. Right? Don't be shy. You never know what you have to say or what you have to discuss or what you want to bring up. And like I said, we disagree on this show. This ain't, see, because I'll be having my, in the morning, I'll be having young people ride with me, right? And we be listening to all these different people. So Cleve and Brother Nasir, he be riding with us. They be like, because we listen to some black shows that be like, well, you know, we're gonna open up the lines, and they open up the lines and dog the shit out of callers. They be like, man, I said, nah, we don't do that on we don't do that on the journey, man. We can't do that on the journey. That's not, you know. I understand where they're coming from, because I have felt that way before. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, damn, they be smashing people. There are additional items in the trash that match this view. All right, cool. Now somebody throwing away stuff, and I don't know who throwing away stuff in my. Somebody calling in. Who this? Hello? We know who this is. This is our correspondent from Wazadugu. Got it. How you doing? Well, Sister Kim? Because it's kind of hard for her to call in and listen sometimes, or just to commentate. But I heard your call in on just let you know, I heard your call in on Tone Talks. Say, that's my sister there. I heard your call in, and it was a great job. How you doing today? Hello? Oh, them lines is horrible over there today, y'all. So we gonna need to send some ancestral energy over there to Sister Kim so she can be heard. But I'm gonna play a little bit of music. Let's see what this is. I don't know what this is. So good luck. All right, hold on. I gotta go back. Because, you know, they like to play games with me. Open with music play for Google Drive. I don't understand why they just can't go to that in the first place rather than putting up all this other shit. So we're waiting for the music to come up. But let's see if she's still on. Brother Shaka, you call back in as well. If not, yep, she had. What's going on here? She trying. Who that? Somebody online? All right, so we're gonna play a little bit of music, give her some time, cause she trying, man. She got some stuff to say. What's going on? Who this? Hello?
Yeah. Y'all already know who it is. It's Mr. Mythic. Yeah, these niggas sick, man.
Don't want that one. Let's do this one.
Why did you like to be like
I don't want that one. I want this one.
Whoever wanted a piece, it's about to get ugly, about to get gully. Full bottle of bubbly, headed for your scully. Hop in the cutty or the 9-8, hand on mine, and I'm flying straight down the highway. Who wanna get peace? Who wanna rest in pieces? I knew what Pop was talking about when he spoke about.
All right. Took that one off. Let's try this one. All right, get ready. Get ready for some cussing. It's about to go down on Giammi Journey. Here we go. This Revolutionary Mind by J. Jones. Rest in peace. He's on the list. That's what I'm trying to get to. Yep.
Yeah.
Just giving those out there that's trying to call in some time. If not, then we'll put the show to West, and I'll be able to get ready to get up out of here.
I swear to God, most niggas on your block is bitches. Motherfuckers go to jail, turning fags to snitches. This is a motherfucking new beginning. I came to make bread, break legs and friendships. Only loyal to the guys that was there in the beginning. At a time when I was down and out, thought I was finished. Got down for niggas when they couldn't handle their business. Life or death situations, cause I blaze my cannon. I've been to crush motherfuckers when they was barely standing. But it's funny how people change, act strange and different. Much love for my gangster ALI in prison and Black Mark, who plays cops doing time in the pen. Only reason why I rap is to cop me a Benz. But I'm good, hood bitch, fresh hoopty with tents. Experience 9 Luger with the extra clip. When we ride it sounds something like this. For those who don't know, SK sound like this. But let it come sound like this. Gorilla crime life grind like this. Now me motherfucker, I'ma die like this. I never asked to be a gangster, hood made me this. I never asked to be a writer, God gave me this. But I always been a fighter and my life ain't shit. I'm a motherfucking rider, bitch. Revolutionary mind. Blaze decay in my earlier days. And all the boy do is flow and do shows on stage. 21 years young, bitch, except my age. Hood life, I raid cribs, bitch, respect my game. Beside the town, it's like a ghost town with stacks of hay. And my block look like a million nigga march parade. Niggas go cop vest but can't guard they face. Dog, I help niggas get it like the card like Mace. Fuck clubs, I do songs for mosh pits and raves. Hoes bouncing around the thongs, got ass for days. My fist slick, a white t-shirt and J's. And I'm sorry, but your flow is not appealing to me. Motherfuckers drop 40s when they listen to me. Only hot shit you got is songs featuring me. Bitch, please, I'm too smart, I should've stayed in college. But I settled for a chicken giving head like a scholar. And I won't stop rapping till I see $1 million. The street shit is easy. Beat don't even bother. You can holler if you want it. The jaw, I can break it. There is no escaping. The crime life essence, understand you in the presence of a hungry motherfucker that's trying to make it.
Is there something you want me to cover? Type it in. I got you.
I'll support that weak shit, so don't look at me.
Clean it up tomorrow.
know, SK sound like this. Beretta pump sound like this. Gorilla grind like this. Gianni motherfucker, I'ma die by this. I never asked to be a gangster, hood made me this. I never asked to be a writer, God gave me this. But I always been a fighter and my life ain't shit. I'm a motherfucking rider, bitch. Revolutionary minds amazing. Y'all bitches can't fade it. Too slick for any chick to try to play. Yeah, too much game for that. Now they stretch more hoes than you have in this pack. Now they blaze more guns than you wish you had. Eyes low when the old school white willow has. To a bitch crib so I can grab a pillow and crash. I'm like first cause I can't be last. I'm like the worst thing to cross your path. I'm the suicidal thoughts when your depression is bad. I'm the feeling that you get right before you blast. I'm the hunger pain felt when you down to your last. I'm the itch sensation that grabs. And you pump motherfuckers really need to be glad that I don't pump motherfuckers pull a lamp in the mag. Got freeway flow that crash. I'm like the Bill Gates and guns and rap. Motherfucker, you can holler those who don't know. SK sound like this. Beretta pump sound like this. Gorilla grind like this. Gianni motherfucker, I'ma die by this. I never asked to be a gangster, hood made me this. I never asked to be a writer, God gave me this. But I've always been a fighter and my life ain't shit. I'm a motherfucking rider, bitch. For those who don't know, SK sound like this. Beretta pump sound like this. Gorilla crime like this. Gianni motherfucker, I'ma die by this. Never asked to be a gangster, hood made me this. I never asked to be a writer, God gave me this. But I've always been a fighter and my life ain't shit. I'm a motherfucking rider, bitch. Revolutionary mind.
It's incredible how fast time flies. I remember just being in the house and them boys was about 16 years old. But anyway, so family, if you can't make it, because Sister Kim is trying to call in, she can't get in. And I know she got something that she want to hit on. Sister Kim, if you can't get through, just drop it down on the text. Basic idea, and I can hit it. Anybody else, if you have anything that you want us to specifically talk about, you can. You know what I'm saying? But it sounds like somebody online, somebody trying to at least get online. Until somebody do, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to cover this, give people a couple more seconds. So this week we weren't able to do the GME Journey Workbook, Tribal Quotes, because we had our Black History celebration on this very same day, which was Ujamaa. Very good. You could check out the timeline. It's on. You could go to Millennial Community School timeline on Facebook, and you can see some of the stuff that was going down. But I was very proud of the children. Very proud of the staff that helped get the children help get the children to organize it. But I wasn't able to do the tribal quotes. And once again, the quotes line up with everything that's popping off with us. So day 62, and if we don't, if we don't cover any today or this weekend, we'll move and we will do it on next Ujamaa. He who fears being conquered is sure of defeat. Napoleon Bonaparte. Dope. I want you to think about that. He who fears being conquered is sure of defeat. Somebody trying to talk. I see you fighting it. I see you fighting the system. I see you fighting the power, Sister Kim. Keep it up. Fight the power. All right, here we go. Number 2. I believe that it would be almost impossible to find anywhere in America a black man who has lived further down in the mud of human society than I have. Or a black man who has been any more ignorant than I have. Or a black man who has suffered more anguish during his life than I have. But it is only after the deepest, darkness that the greatest joy can come. It is only after slavery and prison that the sweetest appreciation of freedom can come. Malcolm X, you on? You on? Sister Kim, I see the sound. Come on. Come on, fight through. You can do it. I heard you laughing. All right. Here we go. Last, 2 small antelope can beat a big one. All right, here we go. Sister Kim, because she couldn't get through, she says ADOS has gotten some traction lately. They champions of this cause are touting themselves online. I believe it is due to Trump being in office. Dems can't impeach him due to the violent nature of women. Hello? Go ahead. You in, girl. Go ahead. Go on and talk. Let me. Hello? Sister Kim. It's not you, it's me. Hold on. Somebody tell her. Talk. Is you? We can hear. All right, cool. She don't know that she could be heard.
Hello?
Oh, man. Hold on. Oh, come on. All right. Mine's is acting up. So let me. Oh, damn. Oh, now mine's is working. That's some bullshit. All right, family, listen. So now we got some excellent quotes that we're going to deal with. You back? Can you hear me? Sister Kim. Hello? She still can't hear. Boy, it's something burning up in her that she wants to share today. So, and her whole piece is the whole ADOS piece as well. For those that don't know, Kim lives in a place called Ouagadougou, and I can't remember what country it is in. Is it Guinea? Oh, can you, but we heard you. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go out of this. I'm going to close it out, and I'm going to come back on. Disconnect me. I'm disconnected, and I'm going to call back in. Oh, it just closed the whole damn thing now. Hold on. So let's try it again. Let's come on up. Check 1, check 2. I'm up. Boom. Try it now.
You are the first participant on this Uber conference. Please hold while we wait for the others to join.
Lady J is not joining us because she was out kicking it last night because yesterday was her birthday. We got a lot of birthday people. I guess we got a lot of birthday people popping up all year round. But, I mean, I imagine there's billions of us on this planet. And now my thing don't seem to be allowing me to speak. Check 1, check 2. I don't see it. All right. So, family, we will try again tomorrow. Let's just do that. All right. Because I don't see a lot of chatting going on. She threw the flag up. I don't know that.
This call is being recorded.
Hello? Hello?
Hey, I can hear you now.
Cool. All right,
can
cool.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You just said it because I was about to cut it. But let's get it before you go off. It's your stage. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that this is what I believe. I believe that, the whole reparations conversation that's going around in the mainstream media and having a presidential candidate, saying that, they agree with it and they would support it and have a... Hello?
I'm here. Go ahead.
Okay, we would have a discussion about it. I believe that it's not because of us, the people who are pushing it. It's because of the people who are opposed to it. And that the most vehement group that are opposed to it, obviously, would be the people who back Donald Trump. They can't get rid of Donald Trump the way, Nixon was gotten rid of and the way other people have disappeared because of the violent nature of the people who support him. So that, I believe, is what is helping the conversation about reparations at this point in time. Because, as you know, reparations has been a discussion for a long time.
Right.
It's not new. But what's new is Donald Trump And the way he runs his administration is new, and his upfrontness and his not worried about being politically correct, not worried about even violence. That's new. So I believe that that's why these people are willing to discuss it. And I don't believe it is because of the new ADOS movement. I don't believe that. It just happened to be perfect timing for it now.
Timing. Timing is everything.
Yes. Timing
is everything. And
timing is everything.
Timing is everything. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like boom. I mean, because you can have a perfect product, but bring it out at the wrong time, and nobody will buy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's like so
timing is everything. You're right. You're right.
So it's like, yo, boom, it's here. And the piece we got to be aware of is not allowing people to co-opt what we're doing, because now we see other people bringing it on, and all of a sudden, well, I always thought that. I mean, because we're going to be hearing that soon. I always thought that, and I just didn't want to bring it out and blah, blah, blah. So we're going to start seeing a lot of people jumping ship, and what we have to make sure is that the message is not hijacked, and somebody that we use our votes to put in place don't kill it by introducing it in a way that will stall it out, because basically now the strategy is going to be stalling out, or go back to the old method of direct violence. You know what I'm saying? And 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 I'm like, whatever. I mean, shit. I mean, I done almost seen it all. Almost done seen it all. So it's like that wouldn't surprise me. But black folks, family, we cannot allow threats to thwart what we are calling for, because we're not calling for something that is not fair. We're not calling on something that's not just. We're calling on justice. So we have to be prepared for however it comes, because it's coming. The battle is coming. And a lot of people around us, and this is what I appreciate about it, because with Donald Trump as well, the perfect timing. Donald Trump is allowing us to see who is who. And I'm loving it. Yeah. And then this reparation question is allowing us to see who is who. And one of the issues that we always had was because people have been so ambiguous with us when they came to our community that we honestly started believing that they were for us. And now we need to start seeing who is for us and who is against us. You know what I'm saying? I just want to go ahead.
I agree. No, I agree completely with that. I think that we finally, I mean, some people have always known, but the more, I think now there is a critical mass. Before it was just like people whispering in corners.
There you go.
So
the timing. I'm like you said, the timing.
Now we have a critical mass, which is powerful for us, but at the same time, we have a critical mass in America.
Yes, we do.
You can have a critical mass in America, and it don't mean nothing, because America is just that powerful and just that big and just that strong. So people can't get confused with where you are. You're in a superpower country. You have a critical mass, but they can squash a critical mass in a heartbeat.
But the only issue is
the
only issue is that they can't squash you without being noticed.
That is true.
You understand what I'm saying? See, and this is the strategy that's the strategy that Dr. King used, right? Because it's like, boom, you can't squash this without being noticed. You can't sneak in and just do this. You're going to have to do this, and it's going to be public, and everybody's going to see the hypocrisy, because a lot of people think that America is based on our image. It's image, because when they let people know that the only thing that they have to rely on is violence, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have certain individuals that get to a point where they like, fuck it, then let's do it. I prefer to die than to continue living on my knees. And this is what I understand with a lot of Pan-Africanists that don't understand the ADOS movement, and honestly think it is something that's an affront to them. Everything happens in chain reactions. The movement over here, because just think about the power of us in America, ADOS. When we embrace something, the world embraces something.
Yep.
So
exactly,
if we take care of a issue that's affecting us, but we know it's affecting other people all over this world, what will other people start doing? They'll start emulating what we're doing. So this will cause exactly. This is going to cause a chain reaction, but we have to make sure that we maintain a narrative and not allow them to put their well-trained, you know what I'm saying? Because I can turn the blackness on or I can turn the blackness off type individual. You know what I'm saying? We need to make sure that the people that stay at the head of this, the voices, and this is not even the head, but the voices, and this was the importance of the new black media as they have labeled themselves, or as we have labeled ourselves. The power of it is that with the critical mass, the piece that makes it harder for them to control the narrative now is because you have individuals like yourself, like me, like at the same time you got Tone Talks, you got Yvette Carnell Breaking Bound, you got Professor Black Truth, you got Jason Black, you got Tariq Nasheed, and you got thousands of other people who are talking to tens of thousands to tens of people. That shit is hard to squash without everybody noticing. You're not going, and when people start noticing, what that does is it lets you know that, boom, they have declared war on us without any uncertain terms. See, because black folks we've been screaming we're at war, but we ain't been able to prove it to a lot of our family members who are actually supposedly living the American dream.
No, you're right. You're right. That's so true. I didn't think about it like that. But you're right. They can do it, but it's going to be public.
Oh, it's going to be public. It's going to have to be.
Yeah, that is so true.
And it's going to affect not only black people, but it's going to affect white people, brown people, and yellow people who have friends who are involved with this. You know what I'm saying? Who have friends that are involved with this that all of a sudden disappear. You can't do this without going unnoticed. It's too big and it's moving too fast, and it's about justice. Now, when I was in kindergarten, we used to have to stand up kindergarten through probably damn near. We used to have to do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hold on. You going out here and you want motherfuckers to believe this shit that you saying, liberty and justice. But yet these people have a legitimate justice claim. And yet you still deny them, and on top of that you attack them. Come on. How you gonna keep, come on now. They're gonna have to take off their mask.
That's true.
And that's gonna be expensive. And you want to fuck with the system, fuck with their money. They should have just paid us 150 years ago and left that shit alone. They should have just gave the 40 acres and the mule. And then also, let me say this to some black folks out there. Those of you that are pocket watchers, right? And I'm hearing you on TV, well, I don't know how they're going to distribute it and blah, blah, blah. That ain't your concern, right? Because what you're doing is pocket watching, right? Let black folks, if there is a cash payout, let black folks do with the money what they want to do. That's their prerogative. What I'm concerned about is my tribe and my group. You know why? Because I know that I got some intelligent people that's going to be able to make some intelligent moves, and they're going to have access to resources to make those moves. I'm going to be able to bring people over to Ghana. I'm going to be able to go visit Sister Kim where she is. You know why? Because I'm going to be operating with some wealth, and I'm going to be able to meet some of the friends that she had, and I'm going to be able to hook up with some of the family over in Ghana. And because I have resources and I have about another 20 people behind me with resources, we're going to be able to make some fucking power moves. Stop pocket watching. Stop being like you all of a sudden concerned about, you're not concerned about a motherfucker being in poverty, so why you all of a sudden now invested in what they're going to do with their money when they get it? I don't understand. That's none of your business.
For that. There's no point for that. We got too many things to do until we get to that point.
Right.
There's no point having that, even thinking or having that discussion.
They have it.
The point is
they having that discussion.
Pressure and maintain your position.
Right.
That's the whole, and make those moves. That's the whole point. All that other stuff about money and figuring out that's later. That's a long way.
But that's
now we have to keep our eyes on the ball.
But we
in the game.
That's part of the discussion that they're having right now. Like I was watching MSNBC, and that was one of the. It's problematic of how the reparations will be paid and blah blah blah, and what's going to happen and how are they going to distribute the money and what are. And then you hear other people talk about what's going to happen. Like just some of the conversations on Facebook. We got pocket watchers. You don't have to be concerned about that.
See, that throw us off. If you in the middle of a game, you don't talk about how you going to celebrate when you win. You play, you strategize, and then when you win, it will be easy to figure out. They're trying to throw us off.
And I'm cool with that. You know why? Because I've been in games before. I ain't worried about the people sitting on the bench. You understand what I'm saying? I'm worried about the people on the field. But this is part of this part of the discussion that they're having with the people on the bench right now.
That's exactly it. That's what they're doing.
And what we got to do is we got to be able to combat that. Stop pocket watching. Stop worrying about that. We still in the midst of the goddamn game. We're driving towards the end zone and possibly about to score the winning touchdown. But yet you already on the bench because you're sitting on the bench, or you think that you should be starting up front. You up here running your mouth about some shit. You know what I'm saying? As far as the celebration to take our mind off, because you really don't want us to win.
They don't.
Deep down, you know that if we win, you're going to lose your position. And this is what we got to understand. A lot of black folks that are talking down on any discussion about reparations are not concerned about us getting reparations because they don't want us to get it, because if we get it, they no longer serve a purpose for white supremacy.
That is true. And when you ask that question about Pan-Africanism, this is what I believe about Pan-Africanism. I'm not a Pan-Africanist. I'm going to tell you that up front. I'm married to an African. I've lived in Africa. I love Africa, but I'm not a Pan-Africanist. But I do believe we have one thing that we have a strong connection with Africa is our leaders and our misrepresentation. You have key people in Africa who are the leaders, and they are the gatekeepers to keep everybody else down, everybody else out. And they are very comfortable in their position. And honestly, we have the same thing.
Yes, we do. See,
we have the same thing.
Because one of the things I tell people, and I'm quite sure you have experienced this too. Most African Americans have never really met a real African, a real Ghanaian.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because the real ones are in similar situations as us. They don't get to travel. You know, and some of them may have been lucky enough to win the lottery, but even if they won the lottery, they still had to have the resources to raise the money to get the plane tickets. And many people in these countries, the real ones down struggling, the real ones that will have a mind state that we could really understand and we be able to have a conversation with, we have not even sat down and talked with. Thank God, you know, I've been blessed because I had a spiritual mother that took me. When I went to Ghana, I didn't see a hotel for the first week that I was there. You understand what I'm saying? Actually, the first time I went to Ghana, I didn't even know where the damn hotels were. You understand?
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, boom, I'm sitting up here chilling with real people with real struggles and shit. And I'm sitting up here like, wow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? The beaches I saw was fucked up. And the people wasn't out there swimming and playing in them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The fishermen coming trying to sell me some fish and shit. And it's like, you don't get to. So a lot of people that have perceptions of what goes on the continent are not individuals that have been over there, or are individuals that's so busy in trying to prove their narrative that they kind of make shit up. Because the leaders, we have to be able to get past some of these leaders. We have to, in a sense, because this is what this is where I'm at. We have to be able to influence some elections over there. But we don't have the capital to do it right now.
No, we don't.
But reparations come. God damn it.
Reparations will change all that.
Oh, man.
Position.
Oh, man.
To a certain degree, it would change it. Sub-Saharan Africa is very complex.
Very complex.
To a certain degree, it's very complex. But to a certain degree, it would allow us to make moves that we haven't been able to make.
Right.
Yeah, that.
Or even be able to recognize some of the moves that we have been able to make, because when you are in a certain economic position, it's some stuff that you just can't see because it's not even in your reality.
Oh yeah, for a fact, you're right.
We have Pan-Africanists that have never been any closer to Africa than a map.
I don't understand that.
You understand what I'm saying?
I don't get that. I don't get, like, Pan-Africanism. Okay, first of all, Pan-Africanism is not even, in my opinion, an African thing.
It's not.
Africans are about pride, religion, and nationality, in that order. Or family, tribe, religion, nationality. And then after that, they African. In that order. So how do you have Pan-Africanism if that's the typical African mindset?
Now, that's where, because once again, we're talking about just even with the Afrocentric movement, that was us. All this is this is our impression of how things should be, and we're forcing it on the world and expecting other people to get it. Now, because there have been revolutionary, because we know there was revolutionary African leadership, but all of them, as pointed out by Yvette Carnell, are gone.
They were all killed.
Oh yeah.
They were all killed.
All of them was they got rid of that.
Killed quickly.
You know what I'm saying?
They were killed quickly.
And we have to understand that a lot of this stuff is being generated by, in a sense, the first world. By black folks in the diaspora in the first world. This is where all that takes root. And the reason that it's able to take root over here is because, in many cases, although we catching hell in heated houses, air conditioning, with clean water. We have been able to extract a little bit of time to be able to think outside and imagine outside of our survival. You know what I'm saying? When I was in Ghana, there was a little boy. We went out to the club. There was a little boy who was making extra money to feed his family by helping cars park.
Yeah.
Sleeping inside of a door.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, like, I'm like, damn, where's the lunch program? Motherfuckers laughing at me. What you mean he got kicked out of school? Was he bad? No, he wasn't able to pay. What? See, a lot of this shit that we have here is only able to exist because we have had some free time. Even though these motherfuckers they're trying to take that shit. They're trying to get that. But in other countries, like in a lot of the African countries, family, They don't have the free time we had to think about this. They don't have the free time to philosophize about the existential threat of the white man. They don't have time for that shit because I got to eat.
That's true.
Come on now. But you wouldn't know that if you ain't gone over there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
You wouldn't know it. So you're right. Pan-Africanism is a luxury.
Damn. I ain't that. Wow. Now I see why you calling in the Tone Talk, because that's some deep shit there. She said, Pan-Africanism is a luxury provided by first world living. And and another thing that you notice about Pan-Africanism, there might not even be no rich Pan-Africanists.
That's true.
Why? Because once you really start, especially in this system, once you really start seeing the end result of Pan-Africanism, you realize that it works against your interest. Oprah is not Pan-African. A lot of basketball players are not Pan-African. And they might got a little bit more time than, well, I doubt that because, you know, you got to be on top of that.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they ain't really got.
But you're right.
You know what I'm saying? But we got to think about that shit. I got to keep that in mind. Pan-Africanism is a luxury. This is why when Marcus Garvey was trying to do it in Jamaica, it didn't work. But when he came over here, motherfuckers was 8 to 10 hours on. You know what I'm saying? They had a few hours off. And then they would sleep and go back to work, and they would have some time off. But then you go to other they don't do shit. You work until you get paid.
Sharecroppers weren't doing Pan-Africanism.
Oh, no. They didn't have the time. You know what I'm saying? They
had the time.
If you don't want a revolution, you find work to keep motherfuckers busy. You tie them down with a bunch of productive work for you, but useless work for them that don't require them to do too much thinking. Get them repeating stuff and repeating steps over and over again so that they can fall into a hypnotic trance and they don't have no time to think. Their imagination has even been overtaken by you. Come on, family. But Miss Kim, I got to go because we got our warrior training today. I want to thank you for calling in and making the show marvelous. How often was that your first time calling in to Tone Talks?
No, I've called into his show a few times, and I've called into Yvette Carnell's show a few times also.
Okay, I'm gonna listen for you on one
But this is just a side note. Yvette Carnell blocked me from her Facebook page.
What? You about the third person that why was that?
I just challenged something that she said, or when they showed that video from the Rainbow Push Coalition, the president of the Urban League. Mm-hmm. When they showed that video, made a post, and because of my time zone, I was like the second person to comment on it, and I guess she didn't like what I said.
What'd you say?
Blocked me, and you gotta go. I don't want to get you in trouble.
Get me in trouble with who? I don't call in or comment on any of this shit. I mean, and then on top of that, Jim, you tribe. So now, see, because this my issue.
Yeah, she blocked me because I just made a connection. This is actually, I was linking back to a comment I made on one of Antonio's videos last year when they first started that Angela project.
Right.
And he was talking about they went to Kentucky and Jesse Jackson was with them in Kentucky and he was working with them on the Angela project. I said, you talking about ADOS, this was last year. I said, you talking about ADOS and lineage, and then you are saying Jesse Jackson. He was the one who started the Rainbow Coalition, which still exists.
That's
he
true.
was the one who coined African American in 1988. I
That's
remember
true.
when it happened. In Africa when it happened. He was the one who did that. So how you going to partner up with him and you doing ADOS?
Wow.
And so that was what I said to Antonio on his video. He commented, he said, you have a point, but, you know, people can change and people can work together. And that was fine. So when Yvette put that video from the Urban League, I can't remember his name, the head of the Urban League.
The one that's making $1 million.
Yes, how he's talking about ADOS and saying they're Russian bots and all this stuff. I said, wait a minute. He's on the Rainbow Coalition YouTube channel. You guys partnering with Jesse Jackson, who's Rainbow Coalition.
You should see, because this is why I'm saying that I'm not concerned. This why as Giammi we building our own platform as well. Because I support those platforms, but I don't really comment on the page or call in. I just listen to a lot of the information. But when somebody close to me is flagged for asking a critical question, it's kind of problematic for me. Because now I got to look at the information.
I had a question. I said, there's a trust issue here. That's what I said. People have to be able to trust you. That's all I said. I don't use. I'm not abusive online. I'm not too aggressive when I write, or I don't do that.
But
I take.
But even if you are,
it's enough for her to block me. That's fine.
No, it's not fine. I listen. I hear you from your end, but this is something that people need to know because, like, I have heard other people that on YouTube that talk about them being blocked, but I didn't think I would personally experience. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have time to be. I'm working. You know what I'm saying? So when I get off working with my children who are the future, right? And come and do that. I got to get up at 5 and do this, and then I got stuff on the weekends. I don't really have time to be having debate sessions and battling with people online, so I rarely even try to get on there and do that. But when somebody that's in my tribe tells me that they were blocked from somebody who in a sense started an avalanche that right now I'm in support of. She
yeah, I'm in support of it too.
Right, but
I can see that person.
Right.
I'm in support of it.
But how? All right, I hear you. Let me go and think about this shit because you done fucked me up for about. You know what I'm saying?
Have a nice day.
You too.
Alrighty.
All right, family. We have a conundrum on our hand. I'm going to wrap my mind around it, and I think we're going to have to pick up on this conversation a little bit tomorrow. Because Sister Kim I don't understand the blocking of that. But I don't have no contacts with any of these people. And like I said, y'all fam here, I'm not black. I ain't blocked nobody yet. So don't let me say I'm not going to block. You know what I'm saying? On my fault. I blocked the white bots or the white boys that was. So yeah, you can't get blocked here too, but not for asking no goddamn question that I know of. Damn, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure this shit out. High intellect is threatening. That's from Brother Kwame. But I'm out, family. I gotta get ready. We got our Giammi Journey meeting. There is no conundrum. Everyone holds contradictory thoughts in their heads all the times. Millions of them. All right, thank you for making me feel better, Brother Kwame, by topping off my confusion with the rest of the confusion that is called my life. High intellects are threatening, my friend. I'm out. I'm blocking you. Bye.